Hello everybody, back for yet another video, and today's video is going to be on how to make a paracord bracelet without clips, no clips, and it's going to be the King-Cobra weave bracelet, and yeah, let's get started. So I already have all the material cut out, so I don't waste you guys time too much. Let me go ahead and tell you what you need. So let me just get all this stuff out. See what it is going to be. Okay, so first you're going to need a core. And the core is the center piece where you wrap the first Cobra layer on top of. So you don't need it this long, I just had this scrap, so I decided to use it. And it's going to be non-gutted, and it's going to be make sure it's about 5 inches more. Make sure it's about, like, let's see. Do you see how much left over is on my hand? Here, up to my thumb. That's how much left over you want about. So you're gonna want that about that much. It's gonna be looped in half, right? So it's about 2 feet, and then you go ahead and knot it at the end. And yeah, so the first thing you'll need. Second thing you'll need is the core, which is also going to be solid. I'm going to be using emerald green, and I got let's see how much I got. Let me go ahead and just estimate it for you guys. Let's see, I have about 11 feet here. You'll need about 1 foot, well, 2 feet for every 2 feet, a little bit more. Alright, 2 feet for every 2 inches of cord you need for your bracelet, and then add another 2 feet just to have left over. You know, I always go more than I need, so I never run short. So that's the second thing you need. Third thing you need is a hollowed out strand, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a two-tone King-Cobra weave on top, and it's going to be light gray and dark gray. And what you do is just grab about 5.5 feet of each strand color, and you just go ahead and melt them together. I'll go ahead and do that for you guys right now. If you want to see how to do that, you just grab my scissors and my lighter, and I'll just cut the part I already made and cut that off. Okay, and you just pinch them together so you get the flame evenly on both of them. And I suggest you use a Bic. I know you're going to be like, where's your Zippo? Why aren't you using your Zippo? Well, the Zippo gets too hot because I use it too often. So once you get the two sides melted, just go ahead and stick them together and grab some pliers, and you can just kind of flatten it out, and then I just go ahead and roll it. Don't try that because you might get burned. I just tend to wait a little bit, and then it gets cool enough so I can do that, and that way you have a nice little, very nice and clean weld, you can say. So yeah, you're gonna need about 5.5 feet to 6 feet of total of each color, and then you're gonna weld them together. And let's go ahead and put that aside, and let's get started. Alright, so was it this one? Yeah. Okay. So we got our cord right here. We're gonna start with the loop facing away from you, and let me get some tape real quick so I can tape it down and it won't slide off the table. Let's see. What is the tape at? Is there any tape over there? Alright, never mind. I'll just use these pliers to stick it down. Can you say? Is there tape? Alright, never mind. Never mind. It's good. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and weight it down with my pliers here. And let's get started. So you get the emerald green or whatever color you're using. And you're gonna go ahead and line up the two ends together. And you're gonna want to burn them off so they won't disperse. And then you just go ahead and work your way all the way to the top, so you have a nice even two sides, and then you end up with the loop. You put the loop behind the first core, the loop from the core, and you do this. Alright, so this is the left side, this is the right side. Right side, you fold the left side over the top, and then you grab the right side and you put it over the left strand, and just go ahead and then once you do that, you grab the left strand, the right one, and you put it under the left strand. Alright, so under the left strand, and you bring it back around the loop and back through the hole that you created with the left. And then once you have that, it's going to look like that. You just go ahead and tighten it up. And just real tight. Not too tight, just nice and tight. And then once you're here, you're going to want to start off with a strand that is going horizontally. That's going horizontally. If you notice, this one's kind of wanting to go upward like that, and this one's trying to go horizontal. It could be either way. It could be that way, this one being horizontal and this one being vertical. But you grab the horizontal one and you go over on top of the loop strand. You grab the other one, you put it over that one like that, and then you keep using that strand and you put it under that one, and then you put it around the back of the black strand, and you pull it back around through the loop over here. And go ahead and tighten it real well, and make sure you push it up so there's not a big gap right there. And now since you have your two first knots, you're going to go ahead and push it up all the way to however much of a loop you need. I think that's about enough. And if you want to test it, just go ahead and grab the loop end of the black strand or whatever color you're using, and you feed it through the loop. Here, sorry, see if this brush, because I didn't burn it. Here, let me go ahead and burn it. I'm having a little bit of trouble. Let me adjust the camera because I'm kind of like. Alright, so yeah, go ahead and cut these off and burn them. Yeah, I'm not using a Zippo because they get too hot for this, and the spark wheel gets too hot and you end up burning yourself and stuff. And yeah, that's why I just use a Bic. A lot more convenient. And yeah, I took off the safety, the child safety. I'll do a video on how to do that. Okay, now I have that burnt off, and let's go ahead and see if our loop is good. feed the strand through the loop. And if it's too hard to get it through, then your loop is too small. And if it just like slides out on its own, then it's too small. I mean too big of a loop. And yeah, so it should be perfect right here. Maybe a little tighter there. So now again, this one's going vertically, kind of vertical, or diagonally, and this one's going horizontal. You grab the horizontal, you put it over the strand, the black one, and then you grab this one, put it under, around through the back, and out through the little loop. And oh, sorry. You tighten that up, and then you go ahead and repeat that again. Horizontal, diagonal, so over the black, over the green, around the back, through the loop. And you repeat that process until you get about almost to the bottom, until you get about almost enough for it to fit around your wrist, maybe about an inch less, and then once I get to that point, I'll get back to you guys. Alright. So now it almost fits around my wrist. I'll show you. Let's see. Flip upside down. And do you see how it almost makes its way around? So here. So about there. And yeah. So now what you do is that you grab your scissors or a cutting tool and go ahead and snip off your ends of your paracord bracelet, and you want to leave about a centimeter, 1 centimeter left over. And now you can go ahead and get your two colored strands. And I don't know why I did this, but I forgot that you actually don't need them to be together. So just go ahead and cut the burnt connection off. I forgot about that, so sorry. Now you're gonna have to burn these two tips together, right? The green and the gray, or whichever color you have. And I'm just gonna go ahead and melt them down a little bit. Don't melt them down too much or else they'll get kind of messy. That's good. Right there. It's kind of warm. Yeah, it should be good. And we go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. So this time we use black. And let me get the stripped end off. And go ahead and burn those. Melt them down. That should be good. And put them together. Just kind of squeeze them. Perfect. And now they're nice and strong, probably. Let's see. Yep. Very strong. And you go ahead and repeat the process 2 times. Yeah, two times should do it. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and do do it again. Over, under, around, and through the loop. And these ones should be gutted. Remember that. They should be gutted unless they don't have to be, but I recommend it if you don't want your bracelets to look way too bulky, because I think it'll look too big if you don't gut it out. But yeah, that's your choice. Just my personal preference is I would rather have it a little bit smaller. So yeah, and do it 2 times. It's gonna be a second time I do it. And squeeze that, and now you're gonna now that I have 2, let's go ahead and fit it and see how it fits now. And yeah, perfect. Right. So now you flip it upside down so the end or start faces towards you, and now you're gonna grab the one that's facing horizontally, and grab the one facing diagonally. Put this one across, put this one under, around, and through the loop. But this time you want to make sure it kind of goes over the one you just did already. So if you can tell, I'm just going to tighten it around the top, the one I just did, and there we go. And we're going to repeat this process a few times, and I'll show you what starts to happen. So you do it again, cross, under, around, and through the loop. And you tighten that up. Make sure you move it up all the time so it starts to fit perfectly. You're going to want like little gaps like that when you have like a diagonal section, and you're going to want and then you're going to have a perfectly horizontal section. You're going to want a little, like, you're going to want to see the center color in between. And then you go ahead and repeat that. Cross, under, around, through the loop. And I start to see I have a little color right here, and I have a little color right there. And let's do it again. Cross, under, around, and through the loop. And yeah, let's do it a little bit more. I'll do it a little quicker. Alright, so now I got going, doing pretty good. Now I want to show you guys a really cool thing. Alright, so you might have noticed by now, but if you haven't and you're just watching this video and not doing it, as you can see, the center is completely the dark gray, correct? And then the edges of the King-Cobra weave are gray, light gray. And magically, if you turn it around, it's a complete opposite. You have the gray complete center and the black edges. So that's kind of neat, isn't it? You just flip it and you have the opposite thing. Kind of weird, don't you think? Yeah. So when you're finished, you're gonna have a reversible, two-sided bracelet. So you can wear it either way. I think this boy looks a little cooler. This one looks pretty cool. I prefer this one. Just the contrast looks cooler with the darker center and the lighter edges. Just makes sense. Alright, so I'll go ahead and fast forward all this. Alright, everybody. So we're down to we're almost finished, and we're down to the very end. of our bracelet. So what you do now is that go ahead and do it one more time for the last knot, and don't tighten it all the way just yet. Alright, so now that it's firm but not tight, you go ahead and grab this end, and this is the underside, and you go ahead and put it through the loop, or through the little loop you make here. You feed it through that, and you go ahead and pull the cord through, and then this one as well. You just go ahead and go over it and feed it through the little loop. Okay, now that you have both ends inside the loop, you go ahead and grab the two bottom sides of the loops that you created, and you go ahead and adjust that, and and then go ahead and tighten your final knot well. Make sure the top isn't tightening on your security or your clip loop, and you go ahead and tighten it real tight, and then you just go ahead and pull what's left over of the strands, and just pull them through. And now you just grab your scissors and you snip off to leave about 3/4 of a centimeter. And now you have 2 pieces remaining. You just go ahead and grab your lighter and you melt them. Make sure they're nice and melted down. Alright, once they catch on fire, make sure they're nice and good, and then you just go ahead and smush it down. There, you have a nice finish. It's pretty clean too. Pretty clean finish. So yeah, and even though you have a burnt thing on the underside of your bracelet, it doesn't really, you won't really notice it since it's on the underside of your wrist. And now to top it all off and finish off this bracelet, we go ahead and tie a knot at the very end of our bracelet. Just normal loop knot, and we shimmy it all the way down, so we only have about 1/4 of a centimeter left of cord between the knot and your bracelet. Go ahead and tighten it pretty good, not too tight, and go ahead and make another knot about 1 centimeter above that one, and you go ahead and shimmy it down, and you go ahead and tighten it. So it's a little over 1 centimeter, but no, that should be good. And then you go ahead and cut off whatever's left over, leaving another 1 centimeter. And you just go ahead and burn those edges off so they won't disperse and get all bad. And yeah, once they're on fire, just put them out. And let's wait for those to cool. And done. And now you have a King-Cobra. Now you have a King-Cobra reversible paracord bracelet made entirely out of paracord. And yep, and you just put your knot through the loop, and you have a bracelet. It's that easy. It took me about 20 minutes or more, little bit over 20 minutes to make it. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I hope now you know how to make a paracord bracelet. If at any part of the video you're stuck, just go ahead and pause it. Yeah, but please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe below. And I really want you guys to recommend this video to your friends that want to learn, or if you think it'd be kind of neat to show them. And these things are used as a survival bracelet. You got about 20 feet of paracord here, and you could use it in a survival situation, but mostly it's just like a fashion statement. It's pretty cool. It's pretty yeah, it looks cool. And once you add colors to it, a lot of people are gonna want to start wearing them. But yeah, so please comment below. Tell me what you think. If I could have done anything better. If I could have done the review the instructional video any better. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you guys next time.